guys. Hi. Say hi. So we are back at the bus today, and we're also back on YouTube. I know we were gone for a while. We are at the post-vaccination part of 2021, at least for us. And we have been socializing a lot more, which means that on weekends when we usually get a lot of bus stuff done, we haven't gotten as much done as we were before we started seeing people. So we've just been catching up with friends and family and celebrating lots of birthdays. So that's why we really weren't posting very much content. It was keeping us pretty busy in a really great way. So it was a much needed break, but we're back at it and we're excited to show you what we've been doing, because we have been doing some stuff at the bus at least. So if you have been following us on Instagram, then you have seen some of our updates, but we'll try to show you a little bit more while we're here. So let's go check it out. If you've been following along, then you know that we've dealt with a little bit of rust on our bus. And if you want to know how we treated that and got through all of that, then you can watch the previous video. But this week we are focusing on protecting our bus from future rust. So we opted for using Rust-Oleum, and it's just this protective paint that you put over the metal to make sure that it doesn't rust. And we are trying to get it all over the bus as much as possible. It's kind of impossible to get it in every nook and cranny, but we're doing our best. And I can link the one that we used below so that if you ever need to use it, you know which one we went with. And that's just one that I've seen a lot of people use, so hopefully it works pretty well. If you're wondering how much we used, we went through 2 of those cans. And our bus is, just for reference, 38 feet long, like from the nose to the back. So the inside, I think, is about 32 feet long. I could be kind of off on that. But we also did a 16-inch roof raise, and we went ahead and put Rust-Oleum on all of the sheet metal that we used for the roof raise as well. So that added some space to cover with the Rust-Oleum. So if you're thinking about how much you might need, 2 cans was enough for us. It did take us a while to get that done. So it took us a whole day just to do the floor. Well, I shouldn't say a whole day. The thing is, Leo can only go after work or on weekends. So we just get stuff done whenever we can. And so we spent one day with the floor, and then another day with like the walls that were already there, that were not the ones we're putting up for the walls that are not there because of the roof raise. And then another day for the sheet metal that we were using for the roof raise. And then another day for the ceiling. So it took us a while to get that done, but we're so glad it's done. To seal up all of those holes that were left from the rust damage that we had to cut out or that were just there, we actually reused some of the scrap metal that we took off of the ceiling, because we're not keeping that for our ceiling. We're going to do something different. So we cut it to size, and then even the smaller holes, we still cut out a small piece of sheet metal, and then the scrap sheet metal, and then put JB Weld around it to seal it up. And we did run out of JB Weld though. We didn't go to the store and get more because the store was too far away. So just to get it done in one day, we just used caulking because that's what we had on hand. And that seemed to do the trick. It honestly worked pretty well. And then we sealed it all up with Rust-Oleum after that to make sure everything was covered in Rust-Oleum. And it seemed to do the trick. We think it worked out pretty well.
These big holes, it just like dripped right through.
Yeah. Probably just needs a little time for that to like settle in, and then keep adding on top of it.
Yeah, and then wait for this to harden up in the pallet and then maybe put it on. Not that your idea wasn't good, but... Okay. Not doing terrible.
I'm doing awful.
The big guys are tough.
Well, I haven't done the big guys yet.
I'm getting them pretty close, and then they sag a little bit, and I'm gonna come back. Hey, yeah, you gotta dry them off. When they're wet, it just...
Yeah, it doesn't stick very well at all.
Yeah, and it like falls apart and
Yeah.
goes through.
It's like putting oil on top of like wood. It's like putting JB Weld on a wet hole.
On a wet hole. I'm on a wet hole. That sounds so awful.
I bet that'd catch on.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. So again, sorry that it took so long for us to post the video, but next time we are going to talk about how we got the sheet metal up for our roof raise to kind of complete that. I know we kind of mentioned it a little bit today, but we're going to go into more detail on how we did all of that and that whole process. It just didn't make sense to put that in this video when we were really just focusing on the Rust-Oleum part of the build. So catch you guys next week. Bye.
Hello guys, we're out here at the bus. Today we are painting. We have grinded off the shininess of the metal. So now the paint will easily be taken in by the metal. So we are painting our sheet metal and then we will be installing it and riveting in afterwards. So fun, fun, fun.